Eyes without souls. It was late summer, a weekend night. My friend and I decided to drive up to our usual mountain, past normally a hotspot for street racers and spectators. But that night, something was off. The place was completely empty. No revving engines, no voices, just eerie silence. Weird, I muttered. Despite the strange atmosphere, we kept driving up to the usual turnaround spot, a parking lot where people would usually gather. But when we got there, it was deserted. The only source of light was a vending machine, its glow flickering unnaturally in the darkness. Well, maybe people will start showing up later, I said, grabbing a drink. As we chatted, I suddenly noticed a group of 5 or 6 people standing at the far end of the lot. See, there are people here, I thought. But something about them felt strange. It was too dark to see their faces clearly, and they just stood there, unmoving. After a while, my friend suddenly said, "Let's go. Let's get out of here." "What? Why?" "We just got here," I protested, ... But he was dead serious. There was something in his voice that made me uneasy. Reluctantly, I started the car and pulled out of the parking lot. As we drove down the pass, I asked, "What's wrong with you?" He hesitated before muttering, "Those people, they were staring at us the whole time." I scoffed, "So what? Maybe they were just curious." But deep down, I felt it too. Something was off. Then, as we reached the first turn, I saw something that made my blood freeze. A group of people was standing at the side of the road, watching us, ... Wait, aren't those the same people from the parking lot? I tried to shake it off as a coincidence, but at the next turn, they were there again. And the next one, and the one after that, ... Panic set in. My hands gripped the steering wheel tighter. I forced myself to glance at them as we passed. And then I saw it. Their eyes, they had no pupils, no irises, just blank, white eyes staring straight at us. ... I screamed. My friend screamed. I floored the gas, desperate to escape. But every turn we took, they were there. Then, at one corner, something even worse happened. They were standing with their backs toward us, but their heads were turned, looking directly at us. ... I nearly lost control of the car. No nitrogen monoxide, no. My friend was shouting beside me, but I could barely hear him over the pounding of my heart. We had to get out of there. Finally, we made it back to town. I dropped my friend off in silence and rushed home. As I walked in, my mom looked surprised. "You're home early," she said. "Yeah, just tired," I muttered, not wanting to explain. She told me to take a bath to relax. A warm bath sounded perfect after that nightmare, so I went straight to the bathroom. The hot water helped ease my tension. As I lathered shampoo into my hair, I let out a deep sigh. Then, tap, ... Something lightly tapped the top of my head. I froze. What was that? I hesitated, then continued washing. Probably just a drop of water from the ceiling. But then, tap. This time, it was more distinct. Goosebumps crawled up my arms. My eyes were shut tight because of the shampoo, but I had a terrible feeling. Ignoring the sting, I forced my eyes open. And then, they were there, peering through the bathroom window. White, empty eyes staring straight at me. ... Hands reaching through the small opening, fingers stretching toward me. ... A scream ripped from my throat. I bolted out of the bathroom, slipping on the wet floor, barely able to breathe. My mom rushed over. "What happened?" I turned, panting, looking back at the window. Nothing was there, but I knew it wasn't over.